So the first question is to do with a response to some of the claims or arguments of those who oppose Islam. So the question is the claim that's okay. So some people say that yes, Islam has slavery, which is merciful compared to others, but you're still owning a human being. Why do you need to own a human being? So my response to this question is entirely about semantics. It's about wordplay and choosing different words. So if I was to respond, in English, as a question is English, the English here uses two important words in the English language: slavery and owning, so ownership. So I don't believe that you can classify anything that Islam permits as slavery according to the English meaning, because words have meaning according to what people understand from them. So when we have a conversation, I'm trying to communicate what is in my mind into your mind, so you have the same understanding as what I have in my mind. So we use words that have a common definition, common interpretation and explanation between us in order to convey that meaning. So by using the word slavery here, the English word slavery, for tasbiyah or ariq in the Sharia, it's not really accurate, because what comes to our minds, especially in this day and age, by the word slavery, is not what is considered in Islam to be a riq or a tasbiyah, sabi. Those words that we use in the Sharia, we talk about it in fiqh. There's really no direct connection to the word slavery. It's not a direct translation. When we define words, they have to be jami' mani. So that means it needs to be comprehensive and exclusive. It needs to include everything that falls under that definition and exclude everything that does not fall under the definition. So when I say the word slave to you, your mind should go to only that which my mind is going to. And it should not include anything else. And it should not exclude anything else. So what we talk about in terms of riq and tasbiyah is something very different to the English meaning of slavery. So for example, when the British claimed that they abolished slavery, they didn't abolish slavery. They started to call things that we would consider to be slavery and haram even and evil, but they used to call it by a different name, like indentured servants, for example. This is haram in Islam. You can't enslave somebody for a debt. And that's exactly what they were doing after they so-called abolished. But they just called it indentured servants, so they said it's not really slavery, it's indentured servants. Later on, they redefined it and said, okay, yeah, actually maybe it is. So they continued with the slavery. Then they also have prisoners with mandatory manual labor. So the same fields, cotton fields that were being picked by slaves, 200 years ago, 300 years ago, they arrest lots of people, the same black community in America, they put them in chains, they take them to the fields, and they're picking the same fields by force with no pay, but they call them prisoners as a punishment. And this is, what is this? This is slavery, but they don't call it slavery. That still continues today.